Hey, y'all. Welcome to Cornbread and Roses. I'm your friendly neighborhood organizer, Austin, and I'm here tonight with J Money,
Hello,
Jason,
comrades.
and welcome to one of the only socialist podcasts in Alabama and possibly the most unprofessional in the land as well, maybe even the known universe. So, it's thank y'all for spending time with us tonight. Your time is precious, and we appreciate every moment you do spend with us. So, thank you. And we're gonna, do some media, try to get the juices flowing. This week in socialist history, conspiracy of the week, which we'll be talking about shape shifting reptiles. Uh,
I'm
Maybe hit
excited.
up the DSA. Yeah, the 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 Democratic Socialists of America convention up in biannual convention up in Chicago. The spokescouncil that happened here up in North Alabama this past week. Some news about ICE in Alabama. Uh, a trans kid that was bullied and committed suicide. Uh, we're going to try to update on Jabari Peoples and events coming up, and any trainings that I might remember along the way. Uh, yeah, we're here. We're we're at it, and let me find where to start. Let's see. Are you there? Yes, he is. Dean. Oh, I mean Superman. I mean Dean fucking Kane. Yeah. Uh Superman's an ICE agent now, apparently. If
Wow.
y'all hadn't heard.
I had heard about this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's you know, I could be wrong, but I think his father spent time in an internment camp. Uh I could be misremembering, but I swear that was one of the things that was mentioned while all this was coming out. So yeah,
Yeah, Kane
and
was his real last name is Tanaka. His father is of Japanese ancestry, and he has family members who stayed in the Minidoka War Relocation Center in Idaho.
Idaho. Damn, how many camps were there during World War II? I thought most of them were like I thought most of it was like on the coast, but fucking Idaho.
Yeah, there was one in Idaho, the Minidoka War Relocation Center. I don't know how many there were.
Oh,
So there were camps at Gila River, Grenada, Hart Mountain, Jerome, Manzanar, Minidoka, Poston, Rower, Topaz, and Tool Lake.
far too many for sure.
Right, of course.
If you see me looking around right now, I've lost my tobacco somehow. Oh my god. What am I gonna do, Jay? I don't
I
have.
don't know.
Oh,
Found it.
there it is.
There it
Right,
is.
right in front of me. I'm losing my mind over here. Oh my goodness. So yeah. So yeah. Good job, Dean. Um. Yeah. Just want to say thank you for emulating, not you, Dean Kane, Superman's core beliefs off screen. I got a collection of folks that played Superman. Do we get every? Yeah. Is that every? All of them? That's pretty much all of them. You got any favorite Superman portrayals?
I don't know. It's been so long since I've seen the movies. I did watch the most recent one and thought it was pretty good.
With
I
the
liked Henry
dog?
Cavill well. I think he was given not the best material to work with, but I thought he did a good job in the role.
Oh man, he's a super nerd. Like,
Oh
uh,
yeah, for sure.
I love him. I do. Like, uh, there's he fought with I guess the producers, maybe the writers on The Witcher, uh, and but like that's another apparently really good book series on top of some good video games and a fun TV show if you get a chance to watch it. But yeah, let's see here. That's right. Giving my horse body dysmorphia. We got a little horsey watching My Little Pony. Let's see here. Oh, Zoran saying we should improve society somewhat. Cuomo in the well. Yes, I'm a hypocrite sex pest. Curious.
Yeah, Cuomo has been crashing out on Twitter, on X, and just popping off and saying some ridiculous things about Zoran, saying he's robbing from poor people, and like I'm Andrew, the son of Mario, the grandson of Andrea, like calling out his
That's
political dynasty past, and
yeah, I was about to say that's some real like royalty type shit.
right.
Uh,
So you can look it
well,
up.
continue
Cuomo,
crashing out, Andy, please.
oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, let's see here. We got poo in the honey pot. Tigger. Sweet Jesus, Pooh. That's not honey. This is a terrible Tigger. You're eating liberal ideology. Pooh. The capitalists will let us vote against their class interests. Yeah. Questionable impressions there, but you get the point. But, folks, voting does matter. It does. Especially, we'll talk more. Police shoot rope to arrest suspects. Victoria says the police did what? Yeah, this is a fluids-based joke. We got An and Al, and An loves Al. And Jeffrey Epstein was murdered to protect elite pedophiles. Do not forget. Fox News wants you to forget. I work a 70-hour work week. If you don't grind, you lose. Homer saying a full-time job should pay. Oh my God. I'm never going to be good at impressions. That's woke commie propaganda.
With Frank Grimes.
Yeah. How about 32 hour work weeks that pay a living wage? That's where we should be at. It's working other places, folks. It's working other places. And oddly enough, actually, productivity is going up. This one from you, Jay. They're wishing each other a GM again in the FBI office. They're sitting fucking extremists.
Oh yeah.
Good morning, folks. Good afternoon. Good evening. Speaking of elections, you vote in local elections? What? Like it's hard? Yeah. Elections are coming up this month in Alabama, in a few places. So Yeah, prepare. Another one from you. Sometimes depressed, but always anti-fascist. Yes, uh, I love this. He got his flag and his chaos star, and he's all black blocked out, but not quitting, not quitting, and that's what it's all about.
Yep.
You call it autism. I call it having that dog in me. Yeah. Shout out all our autistic brothers, sisters, and siblings out there. But corollary, I don't have that dog or two wolves in me. I have this. Is that a
Well,
cute little chirp? Who, what is, who's that?
it's a little mouse munching on a strawberry.
Yeah. I was going to say gerbil, but yeah, I think you're right.
It could be
It's
a
a
gerbil.
mouse. And someone asked me if I had plans for the fall. It took me a moment to realize that they meant autumn and not the collapse of civilization.
Oh, we don't see the meme.
Oh goodness, my I'm failing over here. Ooh.
Yep.
So yeah, that's the this weekend memes. Uh, and on to this week in socialist history. Well, you got any? Do you have anything this week, Jay?
I don't have much. So it's the anniversary of the first time that Frederick Douglass. Yes, tomorrow is the anniversary of the first time Frederick Douglass ever spoke before an audience in the North. So during an anti-slavery convention on Nantucket Island, he gave an account of his life as a slave and was immediately asked to become a full-time lecturer for the Massachusetts Anti-Slavery Society. So yeah. Yesterday was the anniversary of Nixon resigning.
Oh, if only more politicians could be shamed into resigning,
Right.
the world would be a better place.
And that's about all I have. The 13th, the Berlin Wall was built in 1961. So women's rights pioneer Lucy Stone was born also on the 13th.
Oh, I was going to mention Lucy. You beat me to it.
Okay. She dedicated her life to the abolition of slavery and the emancipation of women, and aided in the founding of the American Suffrage Association.
So yeah, on the 13th, we'll skip ahead for a second. Like she seems, and she's a contemporary of Douglas. And they actually had a falling out at one point, but she seemed pretty hardcore, pretty awesome. Uh, of course, working on voting rights and women's pay, women's question. She like believed in free love and went around doing public speaking, and yeah, like I said, was an abolitionist, and so yeah, there we have a rich history. Like this is one reason why we do this segment: a rich history of fighters throughout our history here in the U.S. Folks trying to make things better, and I find inspiration in these folks because I tell you what, when they were fighting, it was a whole lot harder. I'm not saying it ain't hard now, but imagine being these folks. Imagine being Frederick Douglass. Imagine being Lucy Stone, and fighting in the times that they had to fight. So take your blessings, but also keep fighting. So yeah.
The 13th was also Fidel Castro's birthday, of all people.
Oh my goodness. I'm actually reading a book on I guess it's technically a biography, but it's basically a book length interview of Fidel Castro right now. I can't remember the name of it, but I'll say this: like, he was a very lucky person. Like, there were many times he was like caught by federales in Mexico. He was caught by the army in Cuba. Just he was very lucky during his fight for the revolution in Cuba, and yeah. So I'm actually reading a book on. No. Yeah. But I'm sorry, I got a little distracted here.
It's all good.
But yeah, also on the 10th, we had the insurrection, the 10th of August, 1792, during the French Revolution. And I actually just watched Napoleon with Joaquin Phoenix, and I liked it, and yeah, it was good. He certainly loved Josephine, I'll say that.
Okay. I haven't seen it. I'll check it out. I only know a little bit about Napoleon, shockingly, or to my shame, I guess.
Yeah, he's interesting for sure. He was Corsican, rose up. We're getting a little off topic, but rose up was a artillery or gunnery officer. Was like first given real command at the age of 24, and right after that became a general in the Revolutionary Army. So yeah, the insurrection. This actually takes place in the movie. There's a lot of guillotines in the movie, but the revolutionaries in Paris and increasingly in conflict with the French monarchy stormed Tuileries Palace, and the conflict led France to abolish the monarchy and establish a republic. Kick things off. Conflict between King Louis XVI and the country's new Revolution Legislative Assembly increased through the spring and summer of 1792 as Louis vetoed radical measures voted upon by the Assembly. Tensions accelerated dramatically on 1 August when news reached Paris that the commander of the Allied Prussian and Austrian armies had issued the Brunswick Manifesto, threatening unforgettable vengeance on Paris should harm be done to the French royal family. And you can maybe we do a whole show on the French Revolution at some point.
That would be good.
But yeah,
we'll read up on it and do a show. So the only other thing I really had was, I'm sure you're going to mention this, but the August the 14th is the anniversary of Roosevelt signing the Social Security Act, establishing the Social Security system.
Oh, I did not have that on my list of things. So yeah, the Social Security Act, which is under attack right now, and
not even 100 years old. It was signed in 1935.
Yeah.
Responsible for cutting poverty among the elderly by 2/3. So poverty among the elderly was reduced to 1/3 of what it was before the Social Security Act was signed.
66% drop. Wow.
Yeah. So one of the most effective and popular programs, and it's been derided as god awful socialism by the right wing ever since it was signed into law.
Oh, well, what good's a government if it doesn't take care of its people?
Well, we pay taxes for to drop bombs in other countries.
Yeah. All for the interests of business.
Right. And we spend so much money. I was telling my mom about this earlier about how much money we spend on corporate subsidies. And even when you think about it, things like food stamps and other benefits are really benefits to corporations as well. Like Walmart instructs its employees on how to collect welfare because they don't pay a living wage. So you need to have that in order to make ends meet. So then one of the ways they reduce the people agitating for higher wages is train their employees how to collect Social Security and food stamps and other things like this. So like really, if you think about it, like it's a subsidy to corporations that don't pay living wages as well, in addition to the direct money we hand out to businesses, which dwarfs the money that we spend on the poor in this country. I mean, we're subsidizing the fossil fuel industry for God's sake, like the industry that's actively engaged in destroying the world, and we give them money so they can keep doing it.
Come on.
Yeah, it is. And it's over $1 trillion now. So,
Wow. What do you have on your calendar?
can you imagine?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. We had the insurrection on the 10th. On the 11th, the Green Bay Packers, the only nonprofit, community-owned major sports team in the country, was established in 1919. Me personally, I think all sports teams should be owned by the community that they're in, especially for the fact they fund all these billion-dollar stadiums that keep getting built over and over again. At some point, every sports team will just be all co-located in Vegas, with the way things are going. But yeah, established in 1919 by Earl Curly Lambeau and George Calhoun. The Packers were a community project from the start, depending on local support for their survival. In 23, Packers became publicly owned corporation, with the fans being able to purchase stock. The unorthodox method was used to keep the franchise solvent during less lean financial times, particularly during the Great Depression when a number of teams did not survive. So yeah, interesting history on, this makes me want to be a Packers fan, which I can't believe I'm saying, but yeah.
This is a football team.
Yeah, Green Bay Packers up in Wisconsin. Yeah.
Very interesting.
It is. We also have oh goodness, I forgot to put this one up, but the night on the 12th, the night of the murdered poets, 13 Soviet Jewish intellectuals executed in Moscow in 1952. That's during the USSR. Oh, we got, hey, Robert's in the house. Hey, Robert, we're just trying to finish through our This Week in Socialist History before doing the Conspiracy of the Week. Welcome.
Hello.
Oh, Robert. Oh, there he is. All right.
No, he's going.
And we have on the 4th, The General Trades Union was formed in New York City in 1833 with the purpose of uniting all the trade societies of New York. True wall-to-wall union. The goal of this central union was to better coordinate the various trade unions in the New York City area, to provide assistance during conflicts with employers, and to maintain a fund for striking laborers. It was the first attempt. The GTU formed the National Trades Union, which was the first attempt at a nationwide union movement. It's all in the 1800s, early 1800s. So, yeah, and goes on. But we also have on the 15th, Woodstock in 1969, commonly referred to as Woodstock Music and Art Fair. Music festival held from August 15th to 18th, 1969 on Max Yasgur's dairy farm in Bethel, New York, 60 miles southwest of Woodstock. Billed as an aquarium exposition, 3 days of peace and music. It attracted an audience of more than 460,000 people. The 32 acts performed outdoors despite overcast and sporadic rain. It was one of the largest music festivals in history and will become the peak musical event to reflect counterculture of the 60s. There's a lot of good bands there. And of course, Hendrix famously closed the show, burning his guitar while, and I think he did the national anthem as well during the show. On the 16th, we had the Peterloo Massacre in Manchester on Monday, the 16th of August, 1819. 18 people died and 400 to 700 were injured when the cavalry of the yeomen charged into a crowd of around 60,000 who gathered to demand the reform of the parliamentary representation. This is taking place after a few years after the Napoleonic. Everything's been Napoleon this week for me. After the Napoleonic Wars, things went into economic slump. There were the corn laws in place, which kept bread prices high. And they actually have in this article, sabered and trampled on by crowd, sabered and trampled, shot by musket, sabered and stabbed by bayonet, killed by mob, trampled by cavalry. So, yeah.
Wow.
All these folks.
And the 15th is Napoleon's birthday. So there really is, everything's coming up Napoleon this week.
It is. It really is. And the first to die in this was actually a 2-year-old who was ridden over by the cavalry right here. Jeez. William Fielday's. So yeah. And if you're so interested, there's a movie that came out in 2018 called Peterloo about it. So that's something that I'd like to check out. All these period pieces. Now, this was a interesting one. On the 17th, 1.2 million workers resist U.S.-backed dictatorship in South Korea's Great War 1987. In the wiki article, it mentions a few things and talks about, but this was interesting to me. Is like it really kicked off in June, and there's 19 days of struggle and strikes, and then it started back up during July and August again. Over 3 million workers inspired by the June struggle. But this sentence right here, the great worker struggle was largely unsuccessful. Well, found a little article on LibCom, and I'm a big Wikipedia fan, but I'll say it definitely has its issues though. If you look at the Trump article on Wikipedia, Epstein isn't mentioned one, but goes into this article on libcom.org, goes much deeper into it, and I'll tell you, there was like over 3,000 strikes. They pushed the police around. They had the police begged them to stop. So I don't quite agree that it didn't help, but this is one thing that came up is they were getting paid like $1.75 compared to U.S. manufacturing workers, $13 an hour. They were working like 57 hours a week. They had to have their hair cut in a certain way. It is pretty authoritarian. And yeah, like this is something I learned in the last few years about, post Korean War, you know, there was pretty much a military dictatorship for 30 something years in South Korea. But yeah, so enjoy the wikis, but make sure when something raises your spidey sense, yeah, like follow up. You know what I'm saying? All right. So that's this week in socialist history. Next we got the conspiracy of the week. Now tell me, have y'all heard of the reptilian theory?
I've heard of it before. I've heard of David Icke as well. He's not only like a weirdo on this reptilian thing, but he's also apparently like an anti-Semite as well.
Of course, and it's funny how conspiracy theories and anti-Semitism just go hand in hand. What about you, Robert? Have you heard of this conspiracy theory? Oh, looks
I
like
have.
Robert's having trouble. You have?
Yeah.
So yeah. So about 4% or about 12 million people in the United States believe in this conspiracy theory. And yeah, like David Icke, I don't know, Icky. David Icky. Yeah.
Wikipedia says.
It. Yeah. But
Wikipedia says Ike.
it started from, yeah, I think it is David Icke. He popularized it in like the early 90s, but it just started from fiction, from Robert E. Howard, who's Conan the Barbarian creator. Started with a weird tale story in 1929 and just kind of evolved from there, and kept growing. There's some authors that kind of took that, and then like occultist Maurice Doreal, also known as Claude Doggins. When you got two names that are so different, instantly that alert you that they were a grifter. Wrote a pamphlet, Ministries of Gobi, and it's on and on, and it even includes some pseudo history during the colonization of Africa, particularly in Great Zimbabwe and the Mokele Mbembe. I know I just chopped that up. And yeah, it just grew from there. But we can thank David Icke for popularizing it. And it's popped up in culture, Obama. There's a comprehensive list of who's a shape-shifting reptilian. And yeah, as you just, includes elements shared in anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. But yeah, he thinks the Queen, or I guess, well, she ain't around no more, but the Queen was a shapeshifter, and he said he visited 50 countries to confirm this, and had people in the CIA he spoke to that said they said they saw people shapeshift in front of them. Uh, uh, yeah, it's just wild. Wild story. You got hybridization and interbreeding and all good stuff, all kinds of good stuff.
Eating human flesh.
Oh yeah, yeah. And the aristocracy, but uh, at the core of it, it's to me just a metaphor for rich people, right?
Sort of like
Is that the
vampires.
right way to phrase? Yeah.
I guess
Okay.
just
Vampires.
a way of like sort of symbolizing their sociopathy and their draining of human blood, right? Like, so there's like some sort of, it is sort of metaphorical. Although David, like I said, David Icke got into some anti-Semitic stuff too. Is he still alive?
Yeah. Well, that's
He
how.
is still alive.
I don't think so. Is he? Oh God.
Wikipedia says he's still alive.
Then we must believe it. Tell me, what have you heard, Robert, about shape-shifting reptilian overlords from the underground?
Not much. Maybe a South Park episode. That's
Timely.
about
Yeah. South Park on the rise.
that's about it. Just because multiple individuals wouldn't fit under that theory anyway, and like the Queen wouldn't, because if I remember correctly, reptiles are cold-blooded, so they would die in any temperature that's below 75. England sits at a wintry like 73 and rains all the time.
I like how you just science. So yeah, maybe that's why she was always wearing the big coats. Was she? Yeah, she had a unique, like, long sleeve uni dress, puffy shoulder get up. She always had. But yeah, and according to Ike, thousands of years ago, the reptilian beings from the constellations Orion, Sirius, and Draco intervened on planet Earth and began interbreeding with humans, not physically, however, but rather through the manipulation of human coding or DNA. Ike states that it is no coincidence that humans have fundamental reptilian genetics within their brains. So yeah.
There you go.
And that's this week in conspiracy theories. So we are going to mention that this week is the biannual DSA convention. There's, we had 3 of our members go up there to Chicago. Had a good old time. About 50% of the 60 some odd resolutions got put to a vote. Pretty ambitious agenda, I'd say. 60 resolutions over a couple days, basically. I saw on Hassan Piker's stream that one of the founding members of the Mobile DSA, Alabama fella on TikTok, he and asked Hassan a couple questions. And yeah, I think we're going to have more reporting on that, hopefully on Slop this week. We'll see about availability and stuff. But
yeah, we're hoping to get.
I know this.
We're hoping to pressure the members who went to the convention to come on the show and tell us their impressions and the resolutions they got to vote for and people they met and all the deets. In addition to, I'm thinking about putting together a show on all the various caucuses within the Democratic Socialists of America and talking about like the interior politics of DSA just a little bit. And maybe you can find the next caucus you want to join.
No, I don't know about caucuses. This is just me, but like I like the caucus of the idea. It seems like, things like some caucuses have good ideas and bad ideas, like caucuses, right? And so I am glad to see people bringing ideas in a concerted manner to the forefront of things, for sure. But I'm a little of two minds with caucuses myself.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm not a member of any caucus either. So, and I am reluctant to join one for a lot of reasons.
Robert, what's your thoughts on caucuses? You aware of all the caucuses in DSA? Uh-oh. I think you're muted. All right. Well, also this week, the North Alabama area, we had our first spokescouncil. Looks like Robert had some technical issues. Had our first spokescouncil over at the library, and yeah, it was very admin orientated because this is the first meeting, and it's using a sociocratic model for decision making and stuff. What's up, Uncle Warren? Good to see you. Thank you for popping in. And yeah, so yeah, well, what are your thoughts on the Spokes Council?
So I'm very excited. I think it's going to bear very good fruit. So if you don't know, a spokes council is sort of a method where different groups send a spoke. In our case, we send two spokes, two members of our organization, one to speak and one to take notes, and they act as a designee for the group. And the group can make proposals and then consent to them. And so there are some big plans coming to the pipe. There's talk about opening up a community center for progressive groups in Huntsville, which is something I've been working on for a long time now and not really making any headway with by myself. There's talk about coordinating protests among groups, because there are a couple of groups that were planning protests on top of each other and within a few days of each other, and I think there'll be increased coordination between these groups in order to keep from stepping on each other's toes. I'm very excited. A lot of the groups that participated were sort of a who's who of progressive groups in the Huntsville area. DSA was there, of course. The Huntsville Bail Fund, the Huntsville Medical Clinic, the Medical Collective, Medic Collective. Rainbow Trouble was there. Altrac was there. Indivisible and 5051 were there. The Green Party was there. And there were some other groups that I've forgotten that I don't mean to any disrespect or short shrift to.
Yeah, we need a list is what we need. But Robert, have you heard of the Spokes Council model for like decision making and stuff like that?
Yes, I have.
Have you ever participated in something like that, or sociocracy style decision making?
No, I don't think I have before.
So yeah, it's a model where you present something. There's a round of questions and everything. Kind of refines what's the resolution that's being discussed or what's being talked about, and then usually then it goes to decision making where folks consent or don't consent. But like typically before that, like you then take that information back to your organization, and the organization then discusses, and you bring that back to the spokes council, wherein then more discussion is had, and then you try to find consent on taking actions and, you know, creating things out here in the world. Right. So it's action oriented and collaborative and inclusive. And I think something that's going to be very good for whatever area you're in, if you so do that, because coalitions are important for us to build. And I'm very excited. I was very excited to see all the groups there, and also we're planning to include even more groups and even more people, right? Because we should all have a say in things and all support each other in, having a decent life.
So it felt like a very historic night and a very historic moment for the Huntsville area. I'm very excited to see what comes out of it. I'm excited to see more groups get involved. The spokes council model is designed to scale, so you can theoretically have thousands of people participating. I think that would become unwieldy for the particulars of the way that we do it, but I think we could accommodate easily, double again the number of groups that we had there. I'd like to see more organizations
and there
involved. And
there is a list of organizations that we're going to be engaging with to try to draw in to it. So it's just beginning, and it's a very cool moment, like you said, historic. So yeah.
So I'm expecting to see good things come out of it.
So, and maybe we get a spokes council of spokes councils together in the next year or so with some other areas in Alabama, and keep coordinating and keep collaborating and massing on objectives for the working class. So, but with that, hey, ICE is here, as we all know. And the Hispanic Interest Coalition of Alabama says that ICE detained a volunteer. An Alabama woman who volunteers with an organization that advocates on behalf of the Hispanic Alabamians has been detained by ICE in the state. Hispanic Interest Coalition of Alabama said in a statement Thursday that Giovanna Hernandez Martinez was taken into custody on Tuesday after a traffic stop in Leeds. The release, she has a business, Juntos Coaching and Consulting, that assists youth in the state. Giovanna is not only a trusted community partner, she is a role model, says Carlos E. Alemán, CEO of HICA. She brings purpose and heart to everything she does. Her contributions have touched families and young people throughout Alabama, and her detention is a painful loss for the entire community. So yeah, we got things are ramping up. Yeah.
So she's been moved to the Richwood Correctional Facility in Louisiana.
That was fast.
Yeah. For speeding. She was speeding and they stopped her. And when they found out that she wasn't documented, they called ICE and detained her.
There's which is it's interesting, right? Because in Etowah County, there's an ICE detention facility, and it's pointed out that one of the reasons why they move people out of state is to then cut them off from any
Right.
support. So
Right. We can't go. They know that we can't go down there and protest. There was a protest in Fort Payne over this issue put on by 5051 and Indivisible Birmingham. And yeah, they know we can't go to the facility and protest. The local officials don't care if we write letters to them or call them because we're not their constituents. So it's absolutely a tactic for isolating and for isolating people and cutting them off from any sort of community support. We can't send things. It'll be difficult to send things to her or to go visit her.
yeah.
So it's absolutely deliberate.
Well, Robert, have you been by that ICE facility in Etowah?
Yes. Actually, I just got back from a meeting today with Shutdown Etowah. The facility's only been reopened in the last 6 months, but before that, it was shut down for about a year.
I didn't know it had been shut down. What prompted them to reopen it?
Just wanted to reuse the area. It was shut down under Joe Biden due to multiple issues. Just didn't look politically okay for him, and he shut it down, and Trump opened it back up.
How many people are detained?
I can imagine.
I think somewhere between 8 to 25. It's not a lot. It's considered a transportation or a temporary location. You get transferred to wherever they're deporting you.
I see.
Okay. So did anything more come of the meeting you were in? Any events to possibly take place around there?
Not yet, but you can look up Shutdown Etowah and put your contact info into their application. And when you get info from them, it'll let you know the next steps.
Okay. So if you can travel, because I know Birmingham DSA has been out there a few times to protest, and obviously shut down Etowah, and like in support of shut down Etowah, and some other groups as well. So stay informed, folks, and get connected with these networks out there that are just helping working class people. Because these families are getting destroyed by this. Yeah, and here's another one. Small town Alabama is the only home Fonzie knows, but ICE came for him anyway.
So this was also a heartbreaking story of a young man who has lived in America since he was a baby and is being sent to Mexico, a country where he doesn't speak the language and doesn't know the first thing about Mexican culture, or like he's complaining about, not complaining, but he's saying that he doesn't know anything about the political system in Mexico. He doesn't know anything about he doesn't know anything about Mexico. He's not connected to it. He's lived here his entire life.
Yeah, I think he came here to the U.S. when he was 1. He
Yeah.
has a child now who's currently a U.S. citizen, but of course that's being worked on to remove citizenship of kids. But his wife is an American citizen, and he's a football player. He refereed games around the county and stuff. And yeah, another family being this, and I think right now is he in Louisiana as well now?
I don't know where he's at. I wasn't able to find out.
Okay. But yeah, he is in Louisiana. So here's the pattern, folks. Somebody gets scooped up by ICE and they're off to Louisiana. And we've been trying to find support for these folks, not just us, but other groups, other the coalition of groups out there are trying to find lawyers and stuff, and it's a frustrating endeavor, at least. I'm hoping that we can find more support from lawyers in the area. I mentioned to some folks to maybe we get in touch with Ben Crump and see if he can rally some troops to support these folks. As he's into civil justice, he's a civil justice lawyer, and this immigration stuff is directly tied to that. So, and yeah, I didn't see. I'm pretty sure if you do the Googling, you can find a way to support these families out there. But wasn't able to find any links. But also in the news, the parents of bullied trans teen who died by suicide sue Alabama school district. Lawsuit says that Elba City School District ignored the teen's cries for help and failed to implement basic anti-bullying measures.
Not only that, but the school principal and teachers participated in the bullying.
Jesus Christ.
So apparently the principal of this particular school district has a history of being physical with students and being verbally and physically abusive of students. And he was chosen to be the principal of this particular school, where he, on a couple of occasions, put his hands on the young person who was the subject of this story, including like forcibly removing a hoodie from them. For what reason, I can't even imagine.
Oh, I think there's some dumb rule where you can wear a hoodie in school, but you can't put the hood up. But what is this principal's name? Do we got a name for them?
Yeah. Stand by. His surname is Weeks. I'm looking for his first name. Warren Weeks.
Well, definitely a person of weak character.
All right. So Weeks became principal of Elba High School, and I'm reading from the article now. Weeks became principal of Elba High School June 3rd, 2023. Superintendent Christopher Mosley specifically recruited Weeks for this position, despite being warned by guidance counselor Buffy Lusk that Weeks had a documented history of verbal and physical violence against students, teachers, and parents at Goshen High School.
So this superintendent is definitely culpable in this as well.
Absolutely.
I mean, like, that just blows my mind. Like, they're directly told by a counselor who has students' best interest in mind, the history of this person, and they bring him in anyway.
Right. So a 14-year-old
Tell
kid
me,
because of this. But apparently, according to the article, like not only the principal but teachers, in addition to students, refused to use the they them pronouns that the student used, refused to call them by their preferred name, and participated in mocking and just bullying them relentlessly. So this was in, where was it? The Elba City Board of Education. Where is Elba?
oh goodness,
To the internet.
who's going to
So
get there first?
Elba is in Coffee County, so it's in the southern part of the state. It's just north of Florida, not immediately north of Florida, but it's one county away from the Panhandle of Florida.
And tell me, Robert, have you been hearing or seeing anything out in your neck of the woods? Moms for Liberty or anything like that out there? Yeah. Having a tough time with Robert's setup tonight. And it says that at the Carmisha and Corey Williams filed suit Wednesday in U.S. District Court for the Middle District of Alabama against Elba City Board of Education and two past principals of Elba High School, Wynn Grimes and Warren Weeks. The Williamses are represented by Arthur at HKM Employment Attorneys and Matthew Billups, Constant Cooper, and Ben Stark at Barrett and Ferhane. Their child came out as gay and gender neutral in 7th grade, according to the suit. They requested to be called Shane and used they them pronouns. SW had been verbally harassed by white students since elementary for being mixed race, but following SW's disclosure of a transgender identity in 7th grade, harassment and ridicule from students only intensified. Students refused to use SW's preferred name or preferred pronouns despite an absence of school policies precluding them from doing so. And as you said, students and teachers mocked them and further bullying. From 4th to the 18th in 2023, SW was hospitalized for mental health treatment related to suicidal ideation caused by bullying by classmates and teachers. Carmisha Williams informed Grimes of SW's mental health status and asked him to take action, but he made a conscious decision not to remedy the harassment. Grimes failed to provide the family with bullying reporting forms as required by Alabama law, or even tell them such forms are available, according to the suit. So, yeah. Absolutely horrifying.
Right, horrifying story. Everyone looks horrible in this. Students, teachers. Who are these little assholes that are doing this? I wish I could find out and make them famous for the rest of their life.
Well, and it's their parents that are teaching them these things. And yeah. But if you or someone you know needs mental health resources and support, please call, text, or chat with the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, or visit the 988lifeline.org for 24/7 access to free and confidential services. The Trans Lifeline, designed for transgender or gender nonconforming people, can be reached at 877-565-8860. The Lifeline also provides resources to help with other crises such as domestic violence situations. The Trevor Project Lifeline for LGBTQ plus youth ages 24 and younger can be reached at 866-488-7386. Users can also access chat services at thetrevorproject.org/help or text to 8678. So there are resources out there for folks. And yeah, make sure you keep these in mind as things go forward in the coming years.
Yeah, we need you alive. We need you here.
Yep. You deserve decency in this world, and you're not alone. But no. So I wanted to chat you up a little bit, Robert, about your candidacy. How are things going? Could you give us an update? It seems like you've been making the rounds on some media. What's going on?
Thanks. For the most part, it's early days. A lot of it's just interviewing and logistics, mostly till I can get out of this more hot term of the year. I'm hoping to start door knocking early September, hopefully.
All right.
But for right now, it's just logistics and trying to find people and community members to help out with certain actions. Like, I would like the campaign to be able to offer free or reduced services to community members. But for me to be able to do that, I need people willing to invest their time and skills. But so far, things are going okay. Although in the next week and a half, I'll be switching from mostly interview work over to the start of fundraising, which is never fun for anybody because realistically, you're supposed to sit in a dark room and just call people and beg for money for 2 hours every single day.
That sounds
that's literally just a part of campaigning. Now, it's harder for me also because I can't just go beg to Alabama Power, seeing how I have an issue with the way that they run things. I can't go beg to the Alabama Rental Association because, my policies of capping the rent increases to 10% year over year and no more don't vibe well with them.
Right. Traditional.
I will say, yeah, I will say that it is possible though that grassroots, you put those policies out there, and grassroots support can definitely spring up. It's been proven time and again, and not to beat a dead horse, but the Mom Donnie campaign did just that, and there's other campaigns out there that have used that model in the past. So I think you're going to find some good luck as things heat up, especially as things cool off. I think you're going to find some success, especially with going door to door, talking to people, asking them what they need, and your policies.
I agree, but I still have to find that. I essentially need to find about 300 to 400 people willing to give $5 a month. I found 2, which is nice, but yeah, and some people can't make that work because they live paycheck to paycheck like I do. So,
well, I've had it since the first on my things to do is to donate monthly to your campaign. So you're going to get one more at least today. I promise to sign up for your on your Act Blue Scouts Honor. Yeah. Up
thank
here.
you.
Yes, sir. And if y'all look in the show notes, there's links to to volunteer and to look at the platform and stuff, and also to donate. And a recurring donation of $1. If that's all you got, do that, y'all. Because every little dollar makes a difference. But yeah, you said you were on some shows. You got a list of who you've gotten to talk to, who you're trying to talk to, so we
Well,
can keep an eye out for that stuff.
I'm trying to talk to everyone, but I've talked to Jared Budlong. I've talked to, I've been on the Huntsville Progressive podcast. I've been on here. I've done my first newspaper interview. And I am working on another one, hopefully in the next week or so as well.
All right. Have you gotten any interact with any of the audience or anything like that, or gotten any feedback from folks from those yet?
Some, not much, but I think it's also because no one's going to be, or I won't say no one, a lot of people are not focused towards next year's elections, and they probably won't be until next primary season.
Yeah.
Now, are you facing any primary opponents?
As far as I know, no.
Let's keep it that way, y'all. Like, use your considerable psychic energy and your thoughts and prayers to make it an easy transition into the general election for Robert here. So fundraising, and then getting ready for door knocking and making the rounds on the media. All right. Well, that's awesome. You're an inspiration, and I really hope that as word of your candidacy spreads, it inspires more people, more working class folks in Alabama to, put their money where their mouth is and get out there, And there are some working class candidates out there running. And I think we're going to have to create a backer to keep, hopefully to keep up with some of this. I know that like the Alabama's 5th congressional district up here, several at least 5 candidates on the Democratic ticket vying for making it to the general. And this past week or week and a half, I guess, there was the Senate Democratic candidates for going up to Washington. They had a little debate / forum that was on TikTok, hosted by a pissed off bartender, Andy. And I think this also was posted on YouTube under Alabama Fellas YouTube page. And we're going to try to get some folks together that moderated that on Sunday. And it was all put together by Alex from Alabama Progress. So shout out to them for getting that together. I thought it was really well done. Maybe the mics for the candidates could have been a little bit better, but hey, I got leftist audio over here, so who am I to say? So yeah, that'd definitely be something else to get going. Is maybe we get another singular candidate form for you, Robert, with the the YouTubers and TikTokers in Alabama to present your campaign to the wider public, even though it's not a statewide Senate campaign. I'm sure they'd be interested in talking to a working class candidate. So yeah,
I would love that.
so well, seems like this was a fast show. It feels like. I feel like
We flew by.
unless y'all got anybody got anything else they'd like to talk about, or anything that captured their attention in Alabama this past week. Robert, is there anything that you saw going on that you'd like to talk about?
No, there has not. Most of the things I was wanting to talk about, y'all already covered.
Okay. Well, that makes me feel good. Very good.
Yeah, especially
I did something right.
It's very important that we cover that.
Yeah. Jay, do you got anything else that's going on? Any
Really quickly, there's been some motion on the Jabari Peoples incident. And when I say incident, I mean his death at the hands of Homewood police. So, basically, on Wednesday, the family of Jabari Peoples was able to watch a heavily edited and enhanced video. When I say enhanced, I mean it included things like slowing down and graphics added to the screen, and parts of it were highlighted. So Alea got to edit this video instead of showing the raw footage to the family. They got to present their story in the best possible light. DA Danny Carr has said that the video shows that that Jabari had a handgun, which his family still disputes, and that he was justly shot by the police, and that there will not be any charges brought against the police officer who killed him. So that's not the outcome we were hoping for, obviously. His family, there's no mention of releasing it to the public yet, if ever. And there's no good reason not to show it to the public, as far as I know. His family has said that they want it to be made public.
So the fix is still in.
Yeah, like Alea showed them a highly edited video, like I said, complete with slow motion, with highlighted portions and graphics that added, that basically spelled out what the narrative that Alea wanted to provide. And we've seen this before with the Steve Perkins case. So, and it's possible at least, well, so the family members, Ben Crump, who is representing the family, says that what we saw was an 18-year-old shot in the back while he was running away. He never pointed the gun at the officer. This is not an open and shut case. And one of his family members who saw the video has said that the video portrayed Jabari running for his life before he was shot in the back, and telling the officer, "Sir, I promise I'm not trying to resist. This is my cell phone." So I think there's reason to be doubtful of Alea's official story. There's reason to want the full video, the unedited video, to be released, at least to the family, if to nobody else. And there's still, even though they've declared case closed, but Ben Crump and others have said the case is not closed, and we're going to make sure that we do everything in our power to get to the bottom of this.
took a note from Trump and uh, edited the video. Is what it
Right.
sounds like to me. Yeah. Well, y'all keep your eye out for anything out there to support the people's family. And yeah. Stay vigilant. Yeah.
Right. Obviously, it continues to be a heartbreaking story. And it's even though Alea seems to think that it's done and they don't have to do anything else, like the family and their lawyers thankfully are still working to, in their words, cross every T and dot every I.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, so yeah.
I hate to end on such a downer note. But it seems
Well,
like
we're not going to end on it. We're not going to end on a downer because there's things that folks can do out there. You know, keep your eye out for supporting the people's family, but also y'all keep in mind that September 1st, statewide, is Labor Day, and 5051 and DSA up here, and Indivisible, and shoot, probably just about everybody at that spokescouncil will be supporting a Labor Day event, which up here it's tentatively planned to be a session, two sets of sessions where we got teaching about tenant unions, student unions, and workers unions, and then repeating that, having some music. And y'all we ain't got a flyer for it yet, but y'all keep an eye out for that, and keep an eye out in your local area. You know, these groups on Facebook, the Discord servers, what have you. So keep your mind ready for September 1st, Labor Day. And also, you know, I don't have, I was looking for a flyer. I couldn't find a flyer, but shout out Indivisible, 5th District up here. This is one of their billboards they put up we got Dale Strong right there, who voted against releasing the Epstein files. And you can call Dale at 202-225-4801, or he's got an office in Huntsville, and can't remember where the other one is, but Indivisible is having an event on August 14th. So you to kind of confront Mr. Strong on millionaire Dale Strong on his shenanigans for that. There's trainings still being developed. I'm sure we'll have some more medic training coming up, and martial training, and what have you. I don't have any dates specified, but all that stuff's being worked on. So keep that in mind as well. You know, we had that event a couple weeks ago. Actually was a speaker, a chant leader, and the pace setter for the march. I encourage everybody to be cross trained. Look out for legal observer training, medic training, martial training, all those things. Be a multi-tool of street action. Yeah. So you can get in where you fit in and fill any gaps in when events are taking place. Question or all the people viewing out there, why don't y'all let us know in the comments if you'd like to see us turn This Week in Socialist History into maybe a little daily 5-10 minute video, if we take that segment to the next level, or if y'all like it how it is, we appreciate your feedback and you letting us know how we can make things better. And if you want to get in touch with us, hit us up on our Instagram. You see it below my ugly mug up here. Connect with us there. And if you want to come on the show and talk about what's going on in your area, be it some issue with the city or the county or what have you, please get in contact with us, and we'd love to have you on. But keep out for Slop this week, where we're going to try to talk about the DSA convention, and keep an eye out for next Sunday, where we're going to talk about the Democratic Senate Forum. So yeah, with that, I'm going to throw it over to Robert. You got anything else, Robert?
I don't have anything else at this time, but you can look up more information on my campaign with www.voteforroberthunter.com. The 4 being the number 4. And y'all have a good night.
All right. Jay, you got anything else?
I don't have anything else. I think I covered everything I wanted to cover. I'm glad Robert was able to come on the show and talk about his candidacy. I'm very excited about that, and I'm also going to step up my donation to make sure that I'm helping out with his campaign. So I get paid next week, so I should be able to send a little bit his way.
That's 2. You got 2 today, Robert. Yeah. All right. Well, with that, folks, thank you so much for, giving your time, and really appreciate it. It matters. Time is our most precious asset, and you choosing to spend it with us is an incredible gift. So just want to thank y'all. Do the things, like, comment, share, subscribe, and please stay safe out there. And as we say around here, all the power to all the people. We the people break our chains together. Solidarity forever, y'all.
Solidarity forever.
Solidarity forever.